Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining for this digital newscast. And it's actually the weathercast. I chose and I asked our managers, now that we do have watches and warnings along the coastline of North Carolina and South Carolina and Virginia, we do have the 8 o'clock advisory. So that's the big change with these forecasts. We're getting those intermediate advisories. And let's go to the very latest on this track. Got to turn my phone down for a second. So I don't know if you're going to take me in boxes or full, but here we go. This is the track of Florence, and I already see a question from someone. Are you going to show the European model? Yes, I'm going to show the European model, and I'm going to show rain and what it looks like as it approaches land, not the scary tight isobars that a person named Mike is showing across the internet. All right, and from a very reputable meteorologist named James Spann in Alabama. Any drunk donkey can show a European model. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and talk about Florence's track, the 8 o'clock advisory. We're going to zoom in here and show you that an imminent landfall is still in the cards for anywhere from Myrtle Beach to North Carolina. The main concern is landfalling major hurricane. Now, that means strong storm surge, and that's the deadliest part of the storm. You run from the water, you hide from the wind. And we're talking about rainfall for days over a specific area. As it curves, you can see that it's because of high pressure building in from the Ohio Valley. So you have high pressure in the Bermuda High and this high pressure, and it's squeezing the hurricane. So we are going to continue to track that, and it most likely will slide south. I'll show you the model. I wanted to show you that where the watches and warnings are in effect at this point in time. We are not under any watches or warnings, and we do not have a storm surge forecast for the coastal empire nor low country. The current spaghetti plots are still in agreement of a North Carolina landfalling hurricane. The outlier is that blue one right there, and that one model out of the European model, that one model run, the latest European model run that everybody is so afraid of, that is an outlier. And we always say that you need lots of model runs to be in agreement, okay? So unless those tracks start coming down, all of them, not going to go with the outlier, okay? So this is the European model run for rainfall forecast and as a hurricane makes landfall in North Carolina. We'll go through Thursday. I'm going to step back here, and if you want to take me full, we've always said Thursday into Friday we will be on the southwest side of the storm and we will be dry as a major storm makes landfall to the north of us, okay? Let me get the clicker and I'll stand back here. I want to be very clear about this. This is the European model run. This is the one that that dude and whoever can just take that off of any Tropical Tidbits page and blast it out there, okay? Let's go into time. And let me hit this again. Saturday, we are still dry across the coastal empire and low country. We might start to feel some winds as it continues to just sit along the coastline, all right? We are not in dire straits as far as Wilmington and even Charleston. That's why they're under a hurricane watch for possible hurricane force wind gusts, okay? Saturday noontime, we're still dry and maybe breezy. As we go through time, and I need to stop this and pull, let's pause it right here, because this might be scary for some people. Heavy rainfall, breezy conditions, possible tropical storm force winds, which 39-mile-per-hour winds, maybe a max gust wind, maybe at this point in time on the medium range of a tropical storm force wind gust, and this is 16. Most of the coastal empire and low country, the coastal empire south of 16 along I-95 will get a couple of raindrops. But with the heaviest rain still being in Charleston and the low country, into Hampton, Jasper, Effingham, Savannah, and that is Sunday at 9 o'clock, okay? This is the European model, by the way. Looks a little less scary than really tight isobars on a map slamming into the coastal empire and low country. Okay, so this is what the European model run is. As we head through Sunday, a pretty rainy day. Worst case scenario at this point in time. Then it gets picked up, moves to the north. Pretty rainy Monday, but as you can see, we start to dry out with that lighter green. So Saturday night into Sunday, maybe some heavy rainfall, gusty winds up to tropical storm force winds, and that's it. Let's go back to and I'm totally missing out on anybody's questions, and I'm sorry, but I just wanted to make sure that you guys knew what an actual model run looked like instead of scary tight isobars, really tight dark lines slamming into the coastal empire and low country in that one model that some one person or several people are sharing. Okay, being totally honest with you here. I wanted to show you the tropical storm force wind probability. All right, and I know it's behind me. Let me make sure. All right, so take me in boxes for here. Tropical storm force winds within 5 days. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's already made landfall. It's made landfall Friday. We are going into Sunday here. So we are talking about doubtful, doubtful, doubtful. Look at your city. Look for your city right now before shouting out Gum Branch or Bridgeton. If I'm not showing your city specifically and you live near Statesboro, if you live near Hinesville, not likely, doubtful for the Swainsboro, doubtful for Emmanuel County, doubtful for Hazelhurst, doubtful for Brunswick, not likely even for Savannah. Maybe a tropical storm force wind gust up to 39 mile per hour, and that's on the high end. And right now, even on Hilton Head, and this is the official hurricane forecast, this is the official national hurricane forecast, tropical storm force winds possible in Beaufort, possible in Hampton, Sylvania not likely at this time, okay? So you see that line, you see that fine line, and really Charleston is under the gun versus, say, Savannah and into south of Savannah along the coast and inland, okay? I don't have rainfall forecasts in here. However, I have all these questions. I see you guys. I see you guys. So I'm going to start from the bottom. Good. All right. Hey, she's annoying. Peace out. Okay. Like I said, if you don't see your city and you live in the county and it says likely, not likely Savannah, that means Falkville, okay? And I'm trying to stay as close to the coastal empire and low country as possible. So I'm gonna get people hurt. All right. I'm just trying to, I'm not angry. I promise you I'm not angry. I just want you guys to know that one model run doesn't mean the end-all be-all of a forecast. And I just want to show you what an actual forecast looks like instead of very tight isobars. So if I'm coming across angry, I just want to make you guys aware that we are not in immediate danger of this major hurricane that will be devastating for North Carolina, okay? Thanks, Amy. You know, and Marcus is right, all right? Marcus is right. I will give you, I'll give a thumbs up for Marcus. We still truly don't know where this is going to make landfall, all right? I'm not upset. I'm just trying to lay it out because I want you guys to feel better about seeing something that's really scary out there and that there's no explanation. And so I wanted to show you this. And I'm going to go through here. Worst case scenario. So this is the worst case scenario right now with that same European model run that is going around the internet, okay? So heavy rainfall here Sunday morning for counties north of Charleston, through Charleston, and tropical storm force wind gusts possible I-95 south through Savannah Sunday morning. But like I said, right now with the National Hurricane Forecast, these tropical storm force wind gusts are not likely for the majority of our viewing area. So I want you to soak that in as well, okay? So Marcus, I'm showing the worst case scenario versus what we are seeing with the National Hurricane Forecast track, okay? Let's go back to the spaghetti models, and the one outlier right here is that one that a lot of people are afraid of. And so I just don't want you guys to be afraid. And every time we've talked about this leading up to the weekend, be prepared, have your kit ready, and have a plan. So everything points to North Carolina except for this one outlier. And you know, if the model run continues, and the European model run happens every 12 hours, if that continues to be the trend, we'll change our forecast. But right now we're going with the National Hurricane Forecast, all right? Can we predict if that model run is true? Yes, hang on for a second. I'm gonna go ahead and try to find the rainfall forecast for that. I think, let me see if this is in here. All right, I'm going to have to edit this a little bit. I'm going to edit this into Sunday, so give me a second. And I'll go ahead and take some more questions. Very confusing. I'm trying not to be confusing. I wanted to show you the high-end version. I wanted to show you the worst-case scenario. A lot of people are wondering, what about this one model, the European model? Robert Cameron is absolutely correct. So let me go in here and try to get this time frame right. All right, so let me do Saturday into Monday. All right, let me make sure this is right. It doesn't go that far out. There we go. So the GFS, there's four models on here, and I had to edit this real quick, so stay with me here. American model, estimated rainfall, half an inch. European rainfall over 3 days. I started this run on Saturday night into Monday night. Over 3 days, we're talking about maybe 4 inches of rain. And that's doable. That's doable. I mean, think about these afternoon relentless summertime thunderstorms that we've had with 4 inches of rain in one day, where we've had flash flooding. Think about the time that Ardsley Park flooded and they had to have all those cars towed. This is talking about up to 4 inches of rain over Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And this is the American model with half inch of rain. Saturday, Sunday into Monday. Sorry. Saturday, Sunday into Monday. With no rainfall predicted really for Thursday into Friday. Okay? All right. Thank you, Brian O'Donnell. Gotcha. What category is it right now? All right. I know you guys are kind of feeling like, wow, she's angry. I just want you guys to understand that, you know, sometimes those pictures that go around the internet are not as bad as they look, okay? And are not a true forecast. It is a model run. So let me go ahead and answer. It is a category 4 with 140 mile per hour winds and will remain pretty much a Category 4, maybe even tomorrow strengthen into a Cat 5. At the 2 o'clock stopping point with the projected advisory, 155 mile per hour winds, 156 is a Cat 5. And as it makes its way toward the coast, a major landfalling hurricane in the cards for anywhere Myrtle Beach, North Carolina coastline. Okay? And I know you see that dip and you see that curve, and so you think that there's possibility for a Savannah landfalling hurricane. Now, it will get stuck. That's the problem. It will get stuck. And so that's the model that I'm showing you here. This is the European model where it kind of bounces around the coastline, all right? And this is Saturday at 10 o'clock in the morning, or excuse me, in the evening, and we're still mostly dry throughout the coastal empire and low country. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, we're expecting the increased chances of rain and the increased chances of tropical storm force winds. And right now, this is the National Hurricane Center's probability of tropical storm force winds within the next 5 days. So 5 days out from now, we go Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday into Sunday. So it is possible for Hampton, Beaufort, I kind of want to change Hilton Head not likely to possible, and Savannah possible, and Sylvania possible, but at this point in time, not likely. And anything south of that area into 3/4 of our viewing area, doubtful and not likely. Okay? All right, so here we go. Any more questions? Any more questions? All we can do is pray. All you can do is prepare for the worst. And we just want you to be prepared. I'm showing you this European model because that's the main question that I've been getting all day. At what day this week will we know a more definitive answer on what we're going to expect here? So good question, Lauren Mulvey. So I still think at this point in time that this is just going to be a rain event for us and not so much the winds as it makes its way inland. And the European model on the high end, let me show you the rainfall right now. Where'd I put it? Where'd I put it, guys? So anywhere between 1/2 inch to 4 inches of rain. Am I standing in front of it? Yeah, I'm standing in front of it. Thank you. Okay. Effect on Virginia. Bernice, I'm keeping it hyper local here for now. What about Effingham? We're so close to South Carolina. I understand, Bubba, but I'm going to show you. If you can handle 4 inches of rain over a 3-day period, Saturday night, Sunday into Monday, that is not anywhere near a flooding concern. We're not expecting damaging winds from this. You know, tropical storm force wind gusts, 39 mile per hour. I mean, it's nothing to shake a stick at, but we've had worse thunderstorms this summer. So that's the best I can answer that. I don't think Jacksonville will get any rain on Sunday, actually. Baxley, you may get some rain, but nothing really to write home about, basically. All right. So don't want to go county by county. I'm going to show you the wind probability because I know a lot of people kind of get anxious about the winds, you know, especially with trees and maybe some root systems compromised from all the rain that we've had this summer. But the chance of tropical storm force winds really confined to, let's say, at this point in time, the Scriven, Hampton, portions of Effingham. Let's include portions of Chatham, Tybee, Hilton Head, Beaufort, and Hampton. So if you're in the yellow, the chance of tropical storm force wind gusts are higher than anywhere west and south. Look at all those doubtfuls in there. And if you don't see your specific city, find a city that's very close to that, because these are plots. Find a city very close to that and put you like right there. And I know some may say, well, I'm right there in the middle of Effingham. I live on Midland Road, and so it's possible for you guys. All right, here we go. There's so many questions, and I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I didn't want to start off angry. I just wanted to kind of give you that overview of the worst case scenario, and we're going to go through this here. This is the European model run. This is possibly what you guys have been seeing floating around the internet. It was the most asked question that I had on my Facebook page today, and the most commented on that I had. So I'm going to go ahead and let me make sure this is right. All right, there we go. This is the European model run, which still, and I know you say, oh, the European model run has it making landfall in the coastal empire and low country. The European model run still has it making landfall as a North Carolina Category 3 storm. This is going to be a devastating storm for North Carolina. Now, the problem is that it sits in the European run and it just slides down the coast. That's what you're seeing, and you're seeing that in the tight isobars and that very dark circle, and it's slamming us. And at this point in time, it's the worst case scenario would be rain, heavy rain from Saturday night, Sunday night into Monday. So this is Sunday at 6 o'clock. Look at all of our viewing area that is barely affected by this, but we're concerned about the low country, I-16 north. And look at this, with the European model run, Augusta is forecast to get more rain than the coastal empire and low country. And then by Monday night, really light stuff falling, maybe even done with the whole thing. And then it has to be swept up as remnants from an approaching cold front that's coming in from the west next week. Okay, so once again, that's worst case scenario, but these are the tropical storm force wind guidance from the National Hurricane Center, and it's still doubtful and not likely that the majority of the coastal empire and the coastal empire 16 south will get any sort of tropical storm force winds. And remember, tropical storm force winds 39 to 74. We are not under any watches or warnings, and it's possible. We got to watch out for the low country and right along the river. I know nobody's talking about Effingham, and I saw that comment, but so immediate river would be Scriven, Effingham, and Chatham, and the low country. Anything west and south of that, highly doubtful, other than rain from Hurricane Florence. We're going to wrap this up. I hope I didn't upset anybody. I'm really sorry if I came across kind of like, ugh. I just wanted to give you guys an idea of one model run does not mean end all be all, and it doesn't really look like that when you put it into motion and you put all the nuts and bolts together. Okay, so I'm gonna start to end this. We went for half an hour, and I know I probably didn't answer a lot of questions because there's a lot of you guys out there. So hopefully you are prepared. We always tell people to have a plan and be prepared. You know, Florence is not an easy storm. You know, last week, I think 2 weeks ago, we were talking about a fish storm. So stay tuned. The 11 o'clock advisory is going to be coming out. We will talk to you guys later. All right, good night.